Everyone, and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level business English lesson, and today we're going to talk about the qualities that make a good sales representative. Okay, think about working in sales and discuss the questions below. Have you ever worked in sales? If so, describe your experience, what was good and bad about it. And if you haven't worked in sales, would you like to? Why or why not? And feel free to share your ideas in the comments. Great, now we have some vocabulary words, so you can pause the video and match the words with the definitions, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Believing that something you want will happen, that is number 5. Being hopeful. A call to somebody you don't know to try and sell them something, that's number 2. A cold call. Very pleasant, that's number 3. Charming. The way that you think and feel about somebody or something, that's number 1. Attitude. And the general direction in which something is changing, that is a trend. Great, now complete the sentences with the words from the boxes, and you might need to change the form of the words. Again, you can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So I hate getting cold calls when I'm trying to relax. I don't want to buy anything. There is a growing trend for people to retire later. He has such a good attitude. He always smiles, even if he gets bad news. Things are going well at work, and I am hopeful that I will meet all my sales targets this month. And she's a very charming woman, and everyone always likes talking to her. Now think about successful salespeople and discuss the questions below. What qualities do good salespeople have? What things do they always do? And what things do they never do? And again, you can share your ideas in the comments. All right, now read the article and match each heading to the correct paragraph. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So the best salespeople. Many people work in sales, but not everyone succeeds. These are some of the qualities of the best salespeople need to have. So salespeople are often told no. Good salespeople are able to hear no many times without quitting. They continue to make cold calls and stay hopeful. So that would be a positive attitude. The top salespeople have the ability to look at things differently. They manage to think of new ways to help customers that others might not be able to see. That would be creative. An average salesperson does a lot of talking, but a great salesperson listens. Listening helps salespeople to connect with customers and understand their needs better. The best salespeople can put themselves in their customers' shoes and understand what is best for them. That would be good listener. Strong salespeople can attract people with their personality and make people stop and listen to them. Customers are more likely to buy a product if they like the person who is selling it. That would be charming. Salespeople who succeed want to be the best. A good salesperson is able to work extra hard to be better than the competition. That would be competitive. The best salespeople know all their product features and the reasons why customers might not be sure about buying it. They manage to stay updated on the latest market trends, products, and technology, and are always prepared with answers for all the hardest questions. Of course, all salespeople are different, but if they have the qualities described, it's very likely that they will succeed in the role. So this would be prepared. All right, so you can read the list from the article again and then discuss the questions. How similar are the ideas in the list to your own? Which points do you agree with? And are there any that you disagree with? And if so, please explain. And again, you can do that in the comments. We often use can to describe our abilities, so look at these examples. The best salespeople can put themselves in their customers' shoes. Strong salespeople can attract people with their personality. So again, you can share these ideas in the comments. What are some things that you can do? What are some things that you could do in the past but can't now? And do you know any other expressions that are used to talk about ability? So we can also use be able to talk about ability. We use be able to in the same way as can to describe general ability. Good salespeople are able to hear no many times without quitting, or good salespeople can hear no many times without quitting. We can also use be able to describe something that was possible at a certain time, but is not a general ability. Fortunately, she was able to answer all the customers' questions. We can also use manage to talk about ability. However, manage to describes something that is or was possible at one time, usually after some kind of special effort. It cannot be used for general ability. I managed to review the new contract in less than an hour. The meaning there is I had to work really hard, and usually it is not possible. I can review new contracts in less than an hour. I can always do this, and it doesn't need any special effort. All right, so look at the three pairs of images and create sentences using manage to. So number one could be something like he managed to arrive on time for the interview despite waking up late. She managed to win the proposal, and he managed to sell the car to the hesitant customer, where he managed to meet his sales order quota for the quarter. Now complete the sentences below with a form of can, be able to, or manage to. And more than one answer is likely to be possible. Okay, I used to work with a woman who was able to or could speak 8 languages. I have no idea how you can find or will manage to find a better price. Usually $100 is the cheapest anyone can find. Are you able to fix your computer? Or maybe were you able to? It sounds better in the context of this. So that should be were you able to? I'm having a little trouble with the, there we go. Were you able to fix your computer? Unfortunately, we can't meet the deadline. We needed an extra day, or we couldn't, sorry, couldn't or weren't able to meet the deadline. We needed an extra day. Even though I woke up a half an hour late, I managed to or was able to get to work on time. Unfortunately, I woke up late and I uh, couldn't or didn't, maybe wasn't able to, or didn't manage to get to work on time. Boss was angry. When our team was only 5 people, we could or were able to have meetings together easily. Now it's much more difficult because there are 38 of us. I was really surprised that we were able to or managed to get a reservation at this restaurant. It's fully booked. Right, so salespeople often have quotas to meet, so discuss the questions below. First, we have a definition of quota, a target number, a target amount that somebody needs to achieve in a certain amount of time. So why is it important for salespeople to meet their quotas? Have you ever had to meet a quota or sales target? And do you think quotas help people work harder or just add extra stress? And you can add your ideas in the comments. Right, Omar is a salesperson. Listen to the first part of his conversation with his boss, Michelle, and then answer the questions.
Omar, you did an excellent job this quarter. You managed to exceed all your sales quotas by more than 50%. Well done.
Thanks, Michelle.
Okay, so did Omar meet his sales quota? Yes, he did. And what do you think exceed means in this situation? He actually sold more than his quota. Now, the market is ripe. It means it's a good time to take action, and close the deal is to fully agree on a deal. So we'll listen to the rest of the conversation, and then you'll answer these questions true or false.
Omar, you did an excellent job this quarter. You managed to exceed all your sales quotas by more than 50%. Well done.
Thanks, Michelle.
Actually, your whole team had a fantastic quarter. You made a huge number of sales. Much more than the sales goal we set at the start of the quarter. We even increased our market share by 2%, which is why I want to discuss something with you. I think that we can increase your team's sales goals for the next quarter. What do you think?
I agree. I think that the market is ripe right now, and there is a real opportunity to grow. It seems like a really great time to focus on more sales.
Yeah, I agree. We need to get as many new customers as possible while we are able to. I created this chart of the sales goals that I think we could reach next quarter, but I want to look at the numbers with you to hear your thoughts. Do you think your team could manage to increase sales even more? Let's say 10% higher than last quarter?
Those numbers seem quite high when I first look at them, but I do think it's possible. We just need to improve our process a bit.
Yeah, I think that we need to focus on closing deals more quickly. Your team has done a great job reaching out to a lot of people, and they are always able to schedule initial meetings. But I think we could decrease the length of time that sales are in our pipeline.
Yeah, I admit I'm not the best at closing deals quickly. That's something I can improve.
It's an area where everyone could improve.
Okay, so Omar had a good quarter, but the rest of his team did not. That is false. He said the whole team did well, exceeded their goals. Omar thinks that it is a bad time to increase the quota. That's false. They agreed to increase the quota by 10%. That's true. And Michelle thinks Omar and his team need to be quicker at closing deals. That is also true. So intensifiers are words that make adjectives stronger or weaker. So look at the example from the listing. Those numbers seem quite high. Most regular adjectives are gradable, which means that they can be used with intensifiers like these. Now, some adjectives are extreme. That means that they already have a strong meaning. So see if you can complete this table. So the adjective angry, the extreme adjective would be furious. So see if you can go ahead and complete the chart on your own. Okay, so terrible, horrible is the extreme form of bad. Huge is the extreme form of big or large. Fantastic or marvelous is the extreme form of good. Fascinating is the extreme form of interesting. Brilliant is the extreme form of smart or intelligent. And tiny is the extreme form of small. Now, extreme adjectives use different intensifiers too. Examples are absolutely, so you could be absolutely furious, um, completely, truly, and utterly. So my colleagues are all absolutely wonderful, and I am utterly furious. So read the sales pitch from Buzz and then discuss the questions. He says, "We sell the greatest cars in the world. They are truly fantastic and have absolutely amazing features. Not only that, but our sales team is really friendly. We know that you will have an utterly marvelous car buying experience with us." So what do you think about Buzz's sales pitch? What type of language does he use? And how likely would you be to buy a car from him? And you can explain your answers in the comments. So read the quotes below and then summarize them in your own words, and then tell us whether you agree with them or not. First, we have a vocabulary word. Self-deprecating means making yourself and your achievements seem less important. In some countries, you're more likely to get a better response by making a self-deprecating introduction instead of a self-promotional one. If people like you, they'll listen to you, but if they trust you, they'll do business with you. And that's Zig Ziglar, an author, salesman, and motivational speaker. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, participate in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.